what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and welcome back to the route, to the Iron Horseman Railroad, on the Zombie Train, episode 122, presumably? Next week is a run session, that much I remember. We'll be bringing in, I believe it's Milky's narrow gauge route, and we'll see what we can do with that. But, speaking of things that other people have made, you may notice that this episode is in normal speed. That's right, not 800%. And the reason for that is that the map was not in my hands this last week. Now, this area is recently forested thanks to Jader. And if you want to, somebody to put the blame on for why we're having a short episode today, that'd be the person to blame. But it's a decently good reason. It's the fact that the stuff I had to download just frankly kind of pushed me over the edge in terms of time. And he's hidden a TARDIS somewhere. Oh, it's over here. I bet it's in here. No, oh, that's right. There it is. There it is. There it is. This is different than the one Leibold used, I'm pretty sure, in the episode. Yeah, it's pretty sure. It's different than the other one. Anyways, so he finished doing the scenery in this area for me, and obviously it wasn't very much, but I wanted him to finish... Okay, that's going to get annoying. I wanted him to finish what he started. You know, I think I'm going to get rid of that for now, because I don't need the noise just all the time. Sorry, Jader, but at least I know how to... Whoops. Wow. No. No. This is gonna be more trouble than it's worth, almost, isn't it? Freaking hell. Alright, hold on. I'll move the thing, and then I'll get rid of the TARDIS, and then I'll put the thing back. There. Damn it, Jader. Alright, there we go. That's reattached. Anyway, so at least this half of the area is done, and that's good. We've got a couple of new things sprung up here. The crossover into town is gone, which is... Well, Milky's not going to be happy about that. The wigwag is gone. Anyways. Yeah, anyways. So this area is more done than it was before. This signal probably needs to be moved again now, but... the manufacturer is moved to over here. This is moved to over here. It's making a hell of a noise. And we've still got our two little spur tracks for parking things. Although he grassed over part of this, didn't he? Jader, stop grassing over things. He grassed over my ash conveyor too. Whatever, I'll fix it later. Also, he didn't finish grassing this area. Is this what he was going to do, or... Anyways. This is my review of what he's done. Frankly, I very much like the roads. They're probably the most important in terms of connectivity thing that we have, and you should have sent one going off that way too. Why not? But, so this area has a lot more life in it now. And it makes a little bit more sense in terms of its size and shape. So, let's check out the other thing he did. Now, while I go down here, I'll give you a rundown of what's going on here. So this area is going to be mountains turning into flatlands, or really sloped lands, more like... Oh, while I have the sticky note, I have a sticky note right in front of me. I keep seeing it, and I keep forgetting to do anything about it, but I need to add a signal. And it's in a really awkward place, but it helps the AI, I found. So it needs to exist. I'm going to grab one of these. And put it... it actually needs to be a left version. It needs to go there. So it's a little bit awkward, but that's where it has to go. Or else the trains get even more confused than they already are. Anyways. Moving right along. So this is going to be turning into flatlands from mountains. Got our signals there. And there. Wait a minute. These are a little bit close, aren't they? The other thing I've learned is to give them adequate space between the signal and the switch, or else they'll indefinitely lock the nearest switch. Which can be a good thing, but is usually not. If a train can unlock a switch, it's probably better. We've got more signals there. You'll notice the signals are right side. The train's AI likes the left side run. So maybe I should set them up differently. Setting them up for two-way without crossovers or anything is generally a recipe for disaster, though. So we get some high-numbered, over 1 million things here. This area isn't too different, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Yeah, buildings. We've got that. We've got this. Alright. And I added some signals and things to help the AI when I was testing the AI to check for runnability. This is what I need. I need this right here. Hold on. I couldn't find this specific crossover when I was trying to... There we are. When I was fixing some stuff earlier. This is not the bridge Jader put down. Jader put down the same arch bridge that I had. And the water is a little bit high for that to make sense. So I went with a different bridge when I came back here and went through it earlier today. Which I recorded, but I realized later that I simply wouldn't have enough time to do my normal 2 hours of high-speed footage, so I scrapped that and decided to go with this when I got back from what I was doing. But you can hear the lovely sounds of that thing that we made. It's loud and obnoxious. Wish I could mute them. And it fades out and it comes back in. It's awful. But yeah, this is the appropriate bridge, and he added this road which connects the two cities, which is also really great. So there's my dividing line, and I extended the dividing line over here because I'm going to use that to finish this area here. He keeps using the same road bridge, and I guess it's okay for these shorter spans, but it'd get me worried over a longer distance. Alright, so let me grab the thing I just got. Well, that didn't work. There we go. Oh, that's not 45 degrees, is it? Damn it. Well, someone's going to have to ATLS these then. Anyways. So here's that bridge again, and then we come into the area that Jader did, which looks very nice, and then you come into High Meadow Park. What you could have done, or what could have been done, is the trees could have been brought closer to here, but I told him to sort of hold on this area, which I could see he started and then stopped. So that's just fine. I'll do more of this myself. And then I'll send it back to him when we have lots of flatlands for farms. Now, last things last. Head to the other side of the map and look at the last thing that was done here by him at my request, which was to put... God, stuff's loud for me today. To put ATLS crossings in Troy, which he did. Alright, fantastic. I don't know how to do ATLS, though. So, I don't know. Whatever. It's something. Yeah, whatever. What is that? Is this, like... I'm assuming this is a track. Yeah, it's invisible track, and then we have invisible train on invisible track, which is presumably how ATLS works. I have no idea how ATLS works. I'm spitballing over here. I don't know what that is. But it's good because now we'll not have trains driving through, or cars driving through our trains while I'm parked and trying to film something for the Iron Horseman. Good things all around. And I don't think there were any crossings over... Oh wait, yeah there were. There was one way down the other end here. Has this been ATLS'd? No. Oh well. Well, that's one to mark, one to remember. These are probably way too close, now that I've learned the trick with the switches and the being too close thing. Probably way too close for anything productive to occur here. But let's do... Oh, let's actually throw down some buildings here with our remaining 5 minutes. I think I'm going to flatten this area out. Like, we made it unflat, but I think I'm going to flatten it out if need be. I've still got to find some buildings to throw down here, but I think I'm going to go with some duplicates. Now that the city's big enough that nobody's really going to notice, except for you guys, because you're here to see it. And this needs to be connected to that? Question mark? I don't know. I'm not going to do too much stuff over here. Well, actually, I could add more of the city block type stuff this way. And I'm just trying to make Troy bigger. Because, frankly, it's not big enough. It could be better. I've seen better. There are decent-sized towns on this very map that are, you know, not too small compared to Troy, which is the problem. Troy is supposed to be huge. Oh, and I can't do that. Well, yes I can. If I move this guy over like that. Alright, that lines up perfectly. I need to get a line of buildings, maybe one that I've already done, to come around the back here. Oh, wait, no, that's track. I want road. Do some street grid. Some buildings in the back. Break up this road. See, it feels so slow, doesn't it? Now you guys know how I feel when I go to make the stuff after watching a normal video. Grab some intersections. And then one of these. That goes to that side, this goes to this side. This needs to be rotated 90 degrees, and that thing will just not shut up, will it? I regret putting these musical things places, because it's nice, and then it just gets incessant. It's nice to add life to a city, but it's bad. Now we'll do the ground textures here when I remember how to do the ground textures for an area like this, which is something I'll put my mind to later. But yes, the goal is make Troy bigger. It isn't big enough. And we've got plenty of area before... I mean, I think this is going to be the end point here, and then I'm going to put trees from here on out. And we've got a little bit of a stretch between here and Layton. So, I think everything's going to be just fine. The problem with Layton is, as far as commuter services go, it's actually part of... it's part of the eastern commuter section because there's no place to turn the damn trains around. I actually was going over a comprehensive list. I was creating a list of the various passenger services that the Iron Horseman Railroad offers, and their names, and they're all bird related. Now, if you recall from the Iron Horseman Chronicles, we had the hawk, and we had the gull. And so, now, additionally, added onto those we have the sparrow, the eagle, the bustard, that's one of them. I need to go back and find them. The bustard was at Wybolt's request. Wait, are these straightened or not? I'm guessing that's straightened. Because I need to clear this out and put another railroad crossing here. I can see that this is slightly off. That's much better. Alright, well, we'll work on this more next time. I'll work on some more in the coming week, and then you'll see a normal video next time this comes around. Hope you guys enjoyed. Trainman out.